Hey everyone, welcome to this episode of the vlog. So I've been looking at some of the comments from last week. In fact, I look at all the comments that you guys put, and there was quite a theme that was in last week. So I'm going to minimize my comments to as little as possible because a lot of you said I talk too much, and yesterday and last week's vlog was too long in speech and not enough action on the cars. Granted, I'm listening to you. We're going to cut this short. But before we move on to the car, because the car is here, we're going to have a little walk around. The reason why I have this car, this is not, my channel is not going electric, okay? Please don't think that that is the case. I have two electric cars. The reason why I have this car is so that I can replace the S3. So my wife has an electric car. I can then sell the S3 and then use that for my new project. That is the only reason why we have this car. So I've got to get this car done to release the funds to sell the S3. Okay, simple as that. Right, let's go and take a look at the new car. Okay, and here is the new car, and starting from the back we can see where the impact is. It's all on this side here. On the passenger side it is perfect, nothing wrong with this side whatsoever, other than this side of the bumper popping out, which is because this side is clearly damaged. We got some wiring damage down here. This wheel, I'm not sure whether it's bent or not. I think the wheel's straight, but the arm might be bent. As you can see down here, we've got some damage here that's been pushed in. This quarter here has clearly been damaged, so that's going to need some attention. This door might be salvageable, might be, but it also might be cheaper to actually just get it replaced. It is slightly buckled, you can see they're sitting out of the frame, although you can bend these doors back on the top. This door here, again, damage, probably not worth saving. It will need a new skin, so it's probably cheaper to just get a new door, which is what we're going to do. This wheel now is here. Now let me show you what's happening with this wheel. Ooh, I'm going to see if I can get it pumped up. The wheel itself is got a little bit of damage on it, you can see it just here, but I think that this is repairable. And the reason why I'm going to go down this route is because these wheels cost around £600 to £700 brand new, 18-inch wheels these are. I think they're called dairy, and the air is not coming from here, the air is coming from around here somewhere, so I think the seal's gone. So I'm going to see if I can get that pumped up and then we can get the car moving. Now let's take a look at the damage on the car here. Miraculously, the bonnet on this car has escaped, completely escaped damage. It is absolutely fine, there is no damage on it whatsoever. Underneath the slam panel, or what's left of it here, there's actually called a locker plate on this car. That is damaged. We've taken the battery out because the battery is completely flat. The vehicle itself does not move, it doesn't start, there's no life. It could just be a battery that's causing that, but it might be something more sinister. This radiator is being pushed back here. We can see that the leg here, I think the leg itself is straight because this crash bar on the front here has not taken any of the impact. The impact seems to be on the side, and if you look here you can see where it's coming from, so it's actually missed the wheel altogether and it's coming here, and you can see it's scraped along here, and then the car has then taken a knock at the bump at the back here. Now by doing that, just by hitting the side, that has set off the airbags on the side here, you can see them. So the airbags have gone off, it's gone off on both sides. It's also let go the seat as well, so the seat will need to be repaired. Now you can get replacements, and I did this on the S3 and had that stitched up, but I might just be in the market to just buy a replacement seat. It might be cheaper to do that. That's that one. This door does open, but it scrapes, and plus we've got the jack here holding that up, so we don't really want to disturb that. This column here has been crushed and pushed in. Nothing else has really happened here. Oh, I say nothing else. Yes, there is something else that's happened. This is the inlet radiator, not radiator, the fan control. It's obviously smashed here. The filter's still in place. You can see the carbon filter, that's still in place, but it's all smashed up. I'm not sure if this car has a relay, a a what's the name, pyrotechnic fuse. Not sure if it does. The radiator has been damaged, so you've got two radiators here. You can see that it's kind of curved, so there's only two radiators on here. So the front one is the coolant radiator, and just here you can see that the pipe is split. So basically you can see the split here, so all the fluid has just come out of that. The condenser behind it, not sure. I'm gonna have to take that off to see for sure whether that's been damaged, but certainly the front radiator is toast. Coolant bottle, that's just come loose. It's just been knocked out of its frame here, so that's not really any issue there at all. This sensor here, so this is a crash sensor. That's gone. That's why the airbags have been released. So this is taking a bit of a knock, which has damaged the whole front of the bumper. And the things that I'm disappointed on is the headlamps. Both headlamps are gone, so I don't know what headlamps have been fitted on this car, so I'm going to need to look to find out what the model and what type of headlights it had on here, so we can get the right ones. And because the headlights are gone, that means the ballast and the control units have gone, and that means getting them reprogrammed, which is a real pain, but it is what it is. Wing needs to be replaced, so we need to get a new wing. Door mirror, the actual door mirror itself is fine, it's just the furniture around it. The cap is actually in the car, which is good, so we still got that, but we need to get a new indicator. We'll probably see if we can upgrade the indicator on that as well. The filler cap here is yeah, the lights popped out because I'm not sure whether, let's have a look in the back. I had to pop the boot open using the emergency release, which is just here basically. Most VWs have this. You slide the key and it releases the back here. The car came with the charging cable, which is good. And it also came with a locking wheel nut, which is lifesaver. Without that would have been a problem. Also, it's come with all the kit to go with it as well, and a complimentary first aid kit and the registration plates. They came as well, which is good. So I don't have to get any of those things. All those things kind of add up. Still has that new car smell. The car itself has done 18,000 miles, so it's a puppy really, and it's 2 years old. And I got this for a song. I will talk numbers on. I don't normally talk numbers on cars, or I haven't done for a long time, but on this car I am going to, because I got this real cheap. You would not believe how cheap I got this car, and that's the reason why it is here today. Back bumper, that needs to be replaced as well. As you can see, this one here is complete. Well, I've mentioned that already, but down below you got this valance here, and they all need to be replaced. Now the biggest issue with this car is getting parts for it, because it's a relatively new car. These cars have already been around since I think late 2019, early 2020, so there's not a lot of them that have been crashed, and that obviously presents a problem with getting parts. Parts are at premium rates, and I'm gonna have to really hunt high and low to get the parts at a reasonable cost, so we don't break the bank, so to speak. But yeah, this is the car. I'd be very interested to see on the comments what you think. I think it's a good buy. My wife is certainly going to benefit from it. But the first thing that we need to do is get that wheel filled up with air so we can get it moving. I don't think there's anything else that I need to cover with you guys in terms of what's gone. Oh, there is one or two more things. So the dashboard, that's gone. Airbag has gone. Seat belts are gone as well. So all of those will need to be replaced as well. There's a lot of wiring, loose wiring here, which looks at first really daunting, but actually as you come to start to put the car together, you find that the bits that you think are missing, you'll tend to find them. There's bits of the headlight, so obviously the headlamps go to this, so that bolts onto there. At least the screws are there, that's good. Yeah, there you go. And I think this is the infamous sound, because electric cars from 2016 had to play a sound so that you know that they're there. So I think this is the speaker that plays that sound. Yeah, interesting. Be very interesting to know what you think of this car. Do you like iD3s? A lot of people comment that they're quite plasticky, but you know what, it's a car at the end of the day, and I'll be very interested to break this one apart and see what it looks like, and you're going to be joining me for that journey. Alright, anyway, I better stop talking because I don't want you guys to accuse me of waffling. There you go, that's the car. What do you think? Now, my wife, when she gets a car, she does get attracted to it. She gets hooked on it. So I plan to keep that car for a long time because it's very practical. It has a good range on it. It's got a 45 kilowatt battery, so it's good for around 150, maybe 200 miles. I don't know. Not too fussed about it because she only uses it for commuting. Right, let's talk about the other car, the ICE. So I am still planning to do the TT Mark 1 conversion. I might get a TTRS before then and enjoy that for a bit before going down that route. If we do, it'll be a damaged one. If not, we'll go straight for the TTS, the TT Mark 1. Now, I don't want you to think that that was just some empty words, because it wasn't. But it's a very technical car to get sorted, because the Mark 1 TT uses CAN bus 1 as a system. Mark 2 and the TTRS series of vehicles uses a different CAN bus system. So you got to get the two to mate and talk to each other, which is very difficult. And there's only a minute amount of people in the UK who can do that. And that's one of the reasons why it's taken so long to do that. But I've got to release the funds in the S3. The S3 is a decent car. It's outgrown its use for us now because of the type of driving that we do. So I would like to have a fun car, but the S3 is just not that car. While I love that car, it's got to go. So once we get this car and my wife moves from the S3 into this car, we can sell the S3 and then that's it. By the way, the TTS, if anyone's interested, that's up for sale now. It's got AXE fitted on it, so it's looking very good. So I will put a link probably next week, etc. And that's it. Right, enough. And the waffling thing, I don't have an issue with it. What you guys are giving me is constructive feedback. I've treated it like that. So my last few words, if you're a casual viewer, click on the subscribe button, click on the bell notification so you're notified whenever we release a new video, and tell us what you think of the new project car. See you next week.